Everybody know what is going with the TPS community for the last 4 years, right? We've been using for a political person who we thank God he's not in office anymore, but he canceled TPS by his racist politics. We cannot continue with this situation. We ask President Biden to use the power of his pen and redesignate the TPS to El Salvador, Nepal, Guatemala, and Honduras. El Salvador, Nepal, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Designate a new TPS for Guatemala and protect all the immigrant communities. So to start our press conference, I would like to introduce Reverend Arlington. She is the Executive Director of the Episcopal City Mission. Please, where is Reverend? Para comenzar, vamos a introducir a la Reverenda Arlington, quien es la directora ejecutiva de la Episcopal City. Y estamos aquí porque queremos decirle a la comunidad que ya basta del racismo. Ya la comunidad TPSiana ha sufrido por los últimos 4 años por la cancelación de su estatus, por el presidente más racista que esta historia ha tenido, que esta nación ha tenido. Así que ya es tiempo que se redesigne el TPS para El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Nepal, que se le designe un TPS a Guatemala y que pare el sufrimiento de las comunidades migrantes.
Is it working on Facebook?
I can go on Facebook.
No, we try.
Thank you so
We
much.
already
I
did,
feel
but
so
we wanna check it's
incredibly
working.
honored to be here with
The
my
Radio
colleague, the Reverend
Radio
Johnson,
Jornalero.
Episcopal City Mission, and to
Oh,
be
you
here
check.
in deep
Oh, you
solidarity.
check.
So
Yeah,
thank
because I
you
don't
for
have
your
Facebook.
leadership.
Oh,
And I
okay.
have
We are
Oh, okay.
honored to stand in solidarity with the TPS Comité,
Checking si
National
está trabajando en
TPS
Facebook.
Sorry.
movement
That's
to
okay.
call on the Biden
Oh,
administration
it's
to
okay.
reach a just settlement, a just settlement, a rural settlement in the Ramos case that would protect people who live
Ya
as
estamos
they
transmitiendo.
who have been waiting in limbo, which is unjust for over
Puede
4
entrar
years.
por el Zoom.
Right. We are here not only for that, but we are here today
Ya lo
and we're
estamos
here
haciendo
to, over the long
en mi
term
teléfono.
to fight with everything we have
Tal vez después yo le dije a Roxana que le íbamos a hacer una entrevista con
all
los terminales.
migrants, refugees, and people impacted by the global pandemic, by natural disasters, and by ongoing political turmoil. So we are here in solidarity with you for the long haul, beyond this decision on Wednesday. I've been asked with Reverend Edwin Johnson to pray, to sort of call on a God of love and justice to bless. God's already here and already blessing this, but to just acknowledge that God's already here. So I invite you on this festival day in the Hindu tradition of Diwali, the festival of lights. Let us bring light, not more darkness, to, in whatever way you know to name God, to pray with me. God of love and justice,
Dios el amor y la justicia,
you are here with us today. God, we see you in the power and the love of the TPS leaders and families.
tú estás con nosotros hoy y nos vemos en el poder y el amor de los líderes y las familias de TPS.
Continue to rise up in their organizing and nourish them with your love. God, this fight for TPS against racism, against fear-mongering, against reluctance and slow action in leadership has been too long, and we are all tired. And we know that you stand with us against systems that deny dignity, life, and thriving for all communities.
Sigue levantándose dentro de nuestros esfuerzos y auméntese con su amor. Dios, esa lucha contra el racismo, contra la fundación de temor y contra nuestros líderes que no quieren actuar, es una lucha muy difícil. Pero sabemos que tú estás con nosotros cuando enfrentemos a esos sistemas que van contra la dignidad de la gente, la vida de la gente y que van contra la vida de todos.
God, we implore you now to be in the heart and mind of President Biden, to use his power to stop deportations and to protect our communities. God, we implore you now to be in the outcome of a just settlement, not only in redesignating TPS, but also in making repairs for the families devastated by previous racist and fear-mongering administrations and actions.
Oh Dios, te imploramos estar en el corazón y en mente de President Biden para usar su poder para parar esas deportaciones y también proteger a nuestras comunidades. También te imploramos que los resultados serán no solo un asentimiento con ese de TPS, pero también que podamos reparar todas las cosas que han pasado, esas familias que fueron devastados y han sufrido demasiado de ese sistema racista y también de la Fundación de Temor aquí.
God, we need your healing, your repair, your justice to make a path forward for all our migrant refugees and immigrant families and siblings. In the many names of the Holy One we pray.
Oh Dios, necesitamos su sanación, su reparación y también su justicia para hacer un camino adelante para todo inmigrante y refugiados aquí. Y Dios, de todo nombre, oremos. Amén.
Thank you, Reverend.
Right.
Well, we will continue our press conference. We would like to say thank you. Gracias. Vamos a continuar con nuestra conferencia de prensa. Well, everybody know that our families, our friends, our community are not temporary, right?
That's right.
Todos sabemos que nuestras familias, amigos, comunidades no son temporales. So we ask for dignity for the immigrant community. So pedimos dignidad para la comunidad inmigrante. So our next point, it will be Doris Landaverde. Doris, a champion, a leader, a sister. And I think it's one of the female faith that is fighting for justice since ever. Doris Landaverde es una amiga, una líder, una campeona, un rostro femenino que ha sido parte de la lucha por siempre. Doris.
Gracias. Hi, everybody. My name is Doris Landaverde. And I want to start remind, it's like we have just 68 days for the TPS extension ending in December 31st. And it's so hard to be in this stage every year or every 15 months or every 9 months to repeat and repeat same story again. And it's so hard because this is what we're dealing in United States. I remember that President Biden promised us he will resignate the TPS in the first 100 days when he got the power. It's almost 2 years. And we still live the nightmare to be separate for our families.
Shame.
We have more than 300 families are TPS holders, living, thinking how they will be separate for their kids. Also, our kids asking every day, we want a normal life, like my classmate in school. They don't have to worry to their parents are deported. Why we had to worry, why we had to miss do some programs because of my mom is always organized to fighting for permanent residency. This is the worst I have every single day in my home. I am a mother of 3 beautiful daughters between 16, 11, and 9 years old. They are with me in Washington, D.C. every time when we lobby and share how this issue affects them emotionally. Because this is a trauma for a child. Living their life like this. And as a mother, it's made me my heart broke every single day. Thinking how we can dealing with this issue every single day. And it's not just me. It's millions of immigrants are in the same spot. And this time, see my brothers and sisters ask what we can do when my boss asks me for the new extension. How we can do. The license is almost expired. We can renew just for a couple days. Or what we can do it. And this is the real what we live the TPS families. And I know this is for all immigrants in this country. Like I say, I'm immigrant from El Salvador. I am a member of Executive Board on National TPS Alliance. I am a member of Mass TPS Committee. I am a member of CIU 32BJ. And also, I am organizing a work. I do everything to talk about the issues our community dealing every single day. And today, I just ask to President Biden, he have the power. Just take the pain and resignate the TPS are under the case Ramos versus Mallorca. This is cover Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nepal, and more countries. It's enough. We need solutions. We need action. And the action is taken today because we're tired to live like this. Thank you and for being here and support us.
Thank you, Doris. Doris, you are not alone. All this community support the TPS community as well, all the immigrant community. So we will here and stand next to you, and we're gonna keep fighting, okay? So our next speaker is Monique and Jen. Where's Monique? Monique? She has been a tremendous ally for the last 4 years. I'm so happy to see you here, and please, the stage is yours.
I was just telling Jose, I feel like I'm having a flashback because we started whenever I was with Matahari. We were just at the beginning of grappling with the devastation of the possibility of TPS ending, and just seeing people that I love and care for in our community being separated from their families was something that was so hard for all of our communities to learn and recognize. Being a person that was formerly undocumented and also being with a daughter of Vietnam War refugees, the reality of being separated from a family was something that plagued me every single day. And I see so many children that's grown up in this movement, in the TPS fight, and also from before, and seeing parents that they shouldn't be having to live like this. And I'm happy now that I'm in the city of Boston, where I'm working as executive director of immigrant advancement, where I'm able to support where I can in the city, and knowing that the Wu administration is here to ensure that you guys also are included in the future of Boston, right? Because she's building a city for all of us, and all of the city councilors here also have that shared vision for us to stay together and fight together. So please know that we're here for you, and we're going to fight to the very end, and a pathway to citizenship and status for all the families.
who are undocumented. Thank you so much.
Be careful.
Thank you, Monique. Also, I want to say thank you to Councilor Ruthie to being here. She is one of the city councils that all the time is asking me for the campaign. So I really appreciate your interest and your support. Quiero reconocer que la concejal Ruthie se encuentra aquí. Ella es una concejal que siempre me pregunta cómo va la campaña de TPS y yo aprecio mucho eso de ella. Our next speaker is our City Council, Gabriela Coleta, who represents District 7. One, sorry. And I live there. Oh my God. Who I think is the district who has the biggest TPS community. And we're so happy to have you here. So quiero presentar a la concejal Coleta. Ella representa uno de los distritos con mayor cantidad de TPSianos. Creo que es el que más tiene, que es donde está East Boston. Gabriela?
All right.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Before I get into my remarks, I just want to be sure to thank the organizers, the National TPS Alliance, Anna, Julio, Doris. Thank you, Doris. I'm sorry. Thank you for telling us your story and being so brave, despite the lack of inaction on behalf of the federal government. So thank you, everybody, for your time and for your energy on this. We all know individuals residing in the United States under TPS have fled armed conflict, risk of violent persecution, natural disasters, and other humanitarian crises. We know that these individuals contribute positively to Boston and to Massachusetts through their participation in our workforce and as active residents in Boston's neighborhoods. There are over 450,000 TPS holders that are small business owners, activists in our neighborhood, and hardworking people that provide for their family with decency and integrity.
That's right.
These folks are my neighbors, my friends, and part of my chosen family. As counselor, I will never back down and use my platform as a leader to protect and to fight for all of you.
All right.
Many countries whose immigrants have been granted TPS have not resolved their internal conflicts, making premature return of individuals under TPS dangerous.
That's right.
And counterproductive. We can soften the impacts of the country's broken immigration system by promoting and welcoming inclusive policies that empower residents to thrive regardless of nationality or origin. TPS holders are long-term integrated members of our communities across the United States. And just some statistics for those of you who don't know. On average, recipients from Honduras have lived in the United States for 22 years. Recipients from El Salvador, an average of 21 years. And recipients from Haiti, an average of 13 years. Nearly one-third of households with Salvadorian, Honduran, and Haitian TPS holders have mortgages. Moreover, TPS holders' roots extend beyond themselves to their families. TPS holders have a total of 273,000 U.S.-born citizen children. There are disastrous impacts if we do not extend this. These U.S. citizen children would also face serious risks. They would either face separation from their parents and their families, or be forced to relocate to a country that is foreign to them.
We won't accept it.
We will not accept it. We will not accept that, and that's why we are here today. We gather to call on President Biden and everyone who resides in this beautiful Commonwealth that TPS holders are integral members of the U.S. economy and society.
That's right.
Yes. We stand here united today as TPS holders, public officials, immigration leaders, union leaders, housing justice leaders to do the right thing and to grant them permanent status as value members of our community. Thank you, everybody, so much, and let's keep the fight going. Sí se puede. Sí se puede.
Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede.
Thank you, Councilor. I appreciate your kind words. And I would like to introduce a friend, a sister, a leader. What else I can say about you, Roxana? I don't know. Quiero introducir a una amiga, una hermana, una líder, no sé qué más puedo decir acerca de Roxana, who's been fighting with us since the one. Ella ha estado peleando con nosotros desde el día uno. Roxana?
32, BJ!
32!
BJ!
32!
BJ!
32!
BJ!
Thank you. Good afternoon. So I'm Roxana Rivera. I'm the Executive Vice President of 32BJ SEIU. We're a union that includes 20,000 building cleaners, security officers, airport workers, and other building service workers across Massachusetts. The majority of 32BJ members are immigrants and people of color. And across our entire union, 32BJ spans from Boston to Miami, Florida. We estimate that 5,000 of our members are from Central America and are TPS recipients, with several hundred being here in the state of Massachusetts as well as Rhode Island. These building cleaners and security officers and airport workers risk their lives during the pandemic.
That's right.
As many have mentioned, TPS recipients from Central America have been here for decades. They own homes. They have some businesses. They've raised their families.
That's right.
Yet they continue to live with the fear, right, of that they may lose their legal status come the new year.
Shame.
Just imagine, and I think for most of us it's unimaginable, to think that you have to choose between living in the shadows without status or having to return to your country of origin. These choices are impossible, but we know President Biden can do something about that.
That's
yes?
right.
Yeah!
Yes, we know. So 32BJ has joined with other locals of our international union, SEIU, and calling on President Biden to designate TPS for nationals from 4 Central American nations, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, and we've added Guatemala, right?
Yeah.
Guatemala. We also know that TPS recipients without status are going to have continued challenge if they have to make this choice of between staying here without status or returning to their homes. One of those is just the right to drive safely.
That's right.
Yes.
They're going to lose their ability to renew their driver's license.
No.
So this is another effort, right, that our union, working with many community partners, passed the Work and Family Mobility Act here in the state of Massachusetts.
Yeah!
This would allow, right, regardless of your immigration status, folks to obtain and drive safely every day, to get to work, to get your kids to school, to go to the doctors, to buy your groceries.
Yes.
Basic things that everybody needs
Basic rights.
to allow our economy to run and to take care of our families. So now, that is one of the many reasons we are asking voters in 2 weeks to uphold this law, the Work and Family Mobility Act, and to vote yes on question 4. So immigrants, so that the state of Massachusetts gives the dignity that immigrants deserve in the state, as well as we continue to call on President Biden to do the right thing for immigrants of this country. ¿Se puede?
¡Sí se puede!
¿Se puede?
¡Sí se puede!
Thank you, Roxana. Thank you for being our live forever. You've been fighting with us, and we really appreciate your leadership.
Thank you. If there is something that has made the National TPS Alliance movement very strong and powerful, it's 2 things. First one, the testimony of the TPS recipients. It has been here in Massachusetts It has been here in California. It has been in the U.S. Senate, inside the offices at the U.S. Congress. We have been seated there for 4 years, many times. And the other thing is the support of every one of you, wonderful people like you. Thank you for all this that you have done for us for 4 years. Our next speaker is Dev McCarthy, Vice President of the MTA. Please welcome her.
MTA.
You're welcome. My name is Deb McCarthy. I'm the Vice President of the MTA. I'm here to stand with you in solidarity and to read prepared words by the President of the MTA, Max Page. One of the most fundamental beliefs of the 115,000 members of the Massachusetts Teachers Association is that we educate every child who walks through the doors of our public schools, wherever they come from. Our members welcome students to our schools. We educate and care for them. And we speak out to defend our students from unnecessary and deplorable dislocation and their parents' potential deportation.
That's right.
Our union has a history of standing with residents here under temporary protected status, recognizing the harm caused to families and danger posed to affected individuals by eliminating temporary protected status. The Massachusetts Teachers Association Board of Directors in 2018 voted to condemn then President Trump's termination of TPS to hundreds of thousands of immigrants from 6 countries. We are continuing to act in solidarity with the TPS movement, demanding that President Biden redesignate El Salvador, Honduras, Nepal, Nicaragua for TPS before their designations expire on December 31st of this year. Educators feel strongly about this issue, as losing protective status would bring devastating trauma into the lives of our students. We strive to create safe, protective, nurturing schools and communities. We consider it a part of our calling as educators and union members to prevent families from being torn apart and to eliminate the fear of a parent or other family member losing protective status. This advocacy is part of our central mission of maintaining the well-being of our students. This is unacceptable in Massachusetts and everywhere else in this country, and we will remain in partnership with you here, working on this crucial issue and undo the injustice that's been done.
Thank you, Deb.
Welcome. Thank you, Max. Good words on this part.
Thank you. Our next speaker is the political director of UFCW, Gabriel Camacho.
Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo están hoy? My name is Gabriel Camacho. I am the political director of United Food and Commercial Workers Local 1445. On behalf of President Fernando Lemos, who could not be here today because he's at a pension conference and as a trustee and fiduciary, he had to be there. I would like to say the following words. Our members of UFCW 1445 are union members, essential workers who reported to their shifts at the height of the pandemic.
That's right.
They could not afford to work remotely. They had to report to their shifts, putting themselves online. You may know our members as the friendly faces of Stop and Shop, the friendly faces of Macy's, and now of cannabis dispensaries. But what you don't see, and what you don't see are members who work behind the scenes, like in industrial laundries. We have 2 industrial laundries in Somerville. One does the linens for the hotel and hospitality industry. The other one does the linens for the hospitals. And those bags from the hospitals came marked with the hazmat symbol as well as COVID contaminated. So our members were on the line putting their families at risk and possibly contamination. I would like to say that I have been working with the Massachusetts TPS committee for a number of years. I am greatly honored to have broken bread, have been on buses to Washington, D.C., many press conferences, many rallies, many conferences. And these TPS members, fighters, are wonderful people. They are like a family to me. I've known their kids. I've had many meals with them, and I just want to thank you that you have always invited me to your activities. I want to say one thing to President Biden. It is time to end our uncertainty of TPS status, especially for those nations who are about to expire at the end of December. The very least that Joe can do is redesignate TPS, including adding Guatemala. On a personal note, I lived in Guatemala in El Quiche in 1979 as a student. If you know anything about El Quiche, during that time there was a bloody civil war that turned into a genocide against the Maya people in El Quiche in the early 80s. So this is a very important personal issue for me as well. So we are demanding this administration to redesignate TPS, but more importantly, for our politicians, and as you heard, 2 weeks from now, we're going to vote. We want our politicians to find a permanent solution to this uncertainty. It is absolute psychological torture that people get up in the morning and not know how to plan their families' lives, their businesses, their education, and etc. So, sí se puede. Muchísimas gracias.
Estamos en la lucha. Estamos en la lucha. Estamos en la lucha. Estamos en la lucha. Nancy Pelosi. Escucha. Estamos en la lucha. Escucha. Estamos en la lucha.
Gracias.
Woo!
Thank you, Gabriel. And I'd like to add what Gabriel said. It's for immigrant community cannot be used in election time.
That's right.
Please stop that. We need dignity and respect. También algo que quiero agregar a lo que Gabriel dijo es que paren de usar a las familias inmigrantes en campañas electorales. Demandamos respeto y dignidad. Our next speaker, it's a friend. How would I say when I introduce her, she always is asking me how is the campaign of the TPS. I know she traveled with us 4 years ago on a snowstorm to Washington, D.C. And what I can say about you, you are so terrific, and I really appreciate you're here. Or Councilor Ruthie Logen.
Thank you, Anna. Hola a todos. Hello, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour. Bonjour. No, Mr. Ruthie Logen. My name is Ruthie Logen, and I'm an at-large city councilor. I wasn't formally on the schedule because I wasn't sure I was going to make it, but then we had a gap. I was like, okay, I'm going outside to the press conference. As Anna said, we were, I think 3 or 4 years ago together down in D.C. with my father and so many people fighting for TPS and saying to everyone, escucha, estamos en la lucha, right? We are in the struggle, and we are in the struggle together. Luchamos juntos for all of our communities. We fight together for all of our communities. I am Haitian. I am the daughter of Haitian immigrants, and we know that Haitians too are fighting for TPS. We continue in the struggle together, all of our communities. And we're fighting today. We're talking about Nepal. We're talking about El Salvador. We're talking about Nicaragua. We're talking about Honduras. We know that all of our countries are in this struggle.
That's right.
The president, with the flick of a pen, can make everyone's life easier, can make everyone sleep easier. I was thinking when Doris was up here and she was speaking about going to these marches, Doris was speaking about going to these marches with her 3 daughters, and I just think about what a terrific example you are to your 3 young girls by showing them what it means to be in solidarity, that it's not just about you individually, it's about all of us together. And so I thank you for the model that you are showing, not only to your kids, but to people everywhere, because we follow you. I'm a city councilor, and a lot of the work of being an elected official is about following. It's about following you in community every day, right? So know that I will be with you as an at-large city councilor. I represent the entire city of Boston. As a daughter of Haitian immigrants with a very big family, there are TPS holders in my family who are frontline with us. When we talk about extending TPS, when we talk about immigration protection in general, let's be honest, this administration has not been great on immigration.
That's right.
It has not been great on issues that matter to us, even though we are often the backbone of this economy.
That's right.
When I was a student at Harvard, it was people like Dodius who were there cleaning the room, keeping the lights on for me so that I can study. This country, the city, does not work without our immigrant communities.
That's right.
And we deserve to always stand up for you. So you can have my word that as a city councilor, as a chair of the Civil Rights and Immigrant Advancement Committee, I will always be in your corner, even when I'm not there physically. We have a lot to do, but we know that cuando luchamos juntos, ganamos.
That's right.
When we fight,
we win.
Then nous bataille, nous gagnons. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to the National TPS Alliance. We have a long way to go, but we're going to go there together. Thank you.
Sí se puede. 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 Sí se puede.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone that's here. I also want to recognize our friends that came down from New York. Where they are? Oh, she. Yeah, she came all the way from New York.
Nueva York in the house.
Yeah. So, you want to say something?
Okay. Hi, my name is Delmi. I am a TPS holder. I am from El Salvador. I'm from New York. I'm a healthcare worker, and I've been working the pandemic. Every day, it was a struggle for me to go to work.
Right.
Worry about that in case I'm gonna get infected or anything like that at the beginning of the pandemic. It was one day that I don't want to go to work because I was afraid with everything was going on, but it was no choice. I had to go no matter what.
That's right.
Because they need me, and I had to be with the patients even when I don't know them. I had to comfort them because no family member can be with them. I was the one with them over there. And also, when they stopped the TPS, it was a struggle for my kids. When he was in the school, he found out that they cut TPS, they took away TPS. Whoa. They called me from the school, and then he had to get a counsel because he thought that mommy was going to be deported.
Oh, shame.
For me to be like thinking about I can have to do like power attorney to leave my kids with my sister or anything like that. That is so much stress.
That's
Not
right.
only with the stress with dealing at work, but with the stress we had to renew our TPS every single 18 months, every single 9 months, or anything like that. It's a struggle. We have to stop this. We deserve respect.
That's right.
That's what we demanded. We deserve respect and stop using it. Stop all this silence. Like I said before, Kamala Harris, she went to Univision to say that she's gonna pass the first 100 years, right? The first 100 days, I'm so sorry.
Feels like the first 100 years.
days that they said gonna pass for DACA and essential workers and all these things. The video is over there. You can look for the video. Kamala Harris said that, and at this point, we don't hear anything. We just heard only silence. She don't even say a word about what she promised back then.
Keep your promises.
Stop the silence.
Thank you. Stop the silence.
Thank you, my friend. So to finish our press conference, I would like to introduce Jose Palma. He has been a fighter, an organizer, a father, a brother, and my friend.
Yeah.
He's a TPS recipient, and I think he's one of the most powerful face of the TPS. What it's me to be a TPS recipient. I'm so proud of you, Jose.
I don't know what to say, but I will start by saying that we have been blessed. Remember that at the beginning it was raining and it stopped, and now that we are finishing, it started to rain again. So I would say thanks everyone for being here, and remind something, especially for the media. Uno, de que los que tenemos TPS estamos protegidos hasta el 31 de diciembre y tenemos que tomar acción. Quedarnos en la casa y preguntando qué está pasando con el TPS no es suficiente. Hay que tomar acción. Los próximos días van a ser decisivos y tenemos que hacer algo. No solamente preocuparnos y quedarnos en casa llorando, tristes y preocupados. Hay que hacer algo, hay que tomar acción. And for the English media, I think there is a little bit of confusion what's going on with TPS. One, politicians can go around and say, we haven't been able to pass a legislation, we haven't been able to do this, we haven't been able to do that. That we get it. We understand it. Congress is divided. Congress has been trying and hasn't been possible. But TPS is something within the power of President Biden, and President Biden can decide today, can decide tomorrow to renew TPS for countries protected and create a new one for Guatemala. So we have to be very clear. It is within the power of President Biden, and we are asking to take action as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So that's
Do
the
it.
message for today.
Do the right thing, Joe.
TPS is within the power, and he should take action and should be as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And then to close, I will invite everyone who said a few words in this press conference, Roxana, Reverend Arrington, come over. We're going to finish here. Gabriela, Ruthie, Julio, Monique, and all the TPS recipients come forward. We're going to finish, and we're going to finish the way we believe the community should be all the time.
Yeah.
We're going to finish the way everyone should be in the day-to-day life. The community should not be worried for something that is achievable.
That's
should be
right.
worried about something that we can improve moving forward. So I will, unless you are using your hands, I will invite everyone to grab somebody's hand. Thank you. Councilman Flynn. Yes, I remember his face. He has been in some other TPS events. So this is how the community look like. And if we are like this way, we're going to win. And we're not going to be able to convince President Biden that he should renew TPS as soon as possible. We should also invite the Democratic Party to be strong. The opposition is saying things that we all know are not true about the immigrant community. But we need somebody who can respond. And that's sometimes when we get disappointed. But we also believe that together, the way we are right now is the way we're going to win moving forward. So I want to, as a TPS recipient, my wife and my daughter is somewhere around there, and some other are in the school. As a TPS recipient, I want to thank you all for coming over under the rain, for coming over. That sometimes these type of events are not that popular because we all believe Democrats are more friendly, are more immigrant friendly, but we also understand that somebody in Congress one day he said, even friends, sometimes we need to push each other a little bit more.
That's right.
And that's what we are doing today, sending a message and pushing each other in a friendly way, but with a very, very and clear message. We need action. Words are good, but actions are better. So I just want to say, we all together, we say TPS, and we finish. Thank you in name of the TPS committee, the National TPS Alliance, SCIU, and I think I got in trouble because I won't remember everyone, but you all know that we appreciate and we are thankful for your support. So let's finish this press conference saying TPS. TPS. 1, 2, 3.
TPS.
Thank you.
Wow.
Buenas tardes a la comunidad inmigrante que nos está siguiendo por Radio Jornalera. Tenemos un programa especial que hemos transmitido lo que ha sido la conferencia de prensa aquí en Massachusetts y espero nos sigan acompañando. Gracias a todos por estar esta hora pendiente aquí siguiendo lo que es la Radio Jornalera. Así que muchísimas gracias. Los esperamos a la próxima. También los vamos a estar esperando mañana, martes a las 7 de la noche en la hora TPSiana trayendo más información que tiene que ver con el TPS. Así que muchísimas gracias por seguirnos por Radio Jornalera desde aquí de Massachusetts.
Como estos sueños no cumplidos, por nuestras libertades pisoteadas, migración, deportó una de nuestras compañeras
I mixed your last name. This is Doris Linda Verde, right? I said Boris.
You can give some words. I have a video program. Yes. And I would like you sing like a little message to the immigrant community.
Yeah, absolutely.